Today, we are going to discuss another perspective in understanding the self. And for today, we will talk about the spiritual self. And along the way, we are also going to talk about the various views of the soul, human being, and different religions, and how do religiosity differ with spirituality, and what are the different perspective and understanding the spiritual self. So let us begin. Spiritual versus religiosity. Spiritual is defined as relating to or affecting the human spiritual or soul as opposed to material physical things. So spirituality can have many different definitions depending on who is asked. It can be something as simple as looking for a higher meaning to life, or something so complex that one can base their beliefs, religion, and overall life around it. Spirituality can be found in almost anything. Finding spiritualities in something can make someone feel enlightened and bring strong emotion and deep feeling. While religiosity is about believing in God or group of gods unconsciously and heads to the beliefs of his or her religion. So religion refers to a belief in a divine entity or deity. Moreover, religion is about the presence of God who is controlling the entire world. So different people have different beliefs, and due to this belief, many different cultures exist. So why is spiritual self is important? Meaninglessness in life is a significant factor in causing anxiety, depression, and other mental health concerns. Spiritual practices are associated with optimal health and well-being. So, why is spiritual self important? So, it is important for the reason that spirituality is associated with a variety of fundamental characteristics of human functioning, including positive relationships, high self-esteem, optimism, and a sense of meaning and purpose in life. Contemplative practices can be understood as a method of deep concentration, deepen understanding and insight, cultivate awareness and compassion. So, number one is being mindfulness. So, paying attention in a certain way on purpose in the present moment and non judgmentally is how mindfulness is defined. That is maintaining a constant awareness of our thoughts, feelings, psychological sensations, and surroundings while avoiding internal criticism. So the second contemplative practices is the prayer. One of the paths to the holy presence is through prayer. And the third one is journaling. Journaling does more than just help you record your memories or find self-expression. It is also good for your health. The practice of religion is defined a belief and worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a god or gods, a particular system of faith and worship. So, attending worship services, wearing religious clothing or symbols, praying at prescribed times, displaying religious artifacts, sticking to specific dietary guidelines, refraining from certain activities, evangelizing, and so on are all examples of religious practices. The four dimensions of religion. The first one is the beliefs, generalized of ideas and values. The second one is rituals, repeated gestures or activities such as prayers and mantras. The third one is a spiritual experience, feeling or immediate connection with a higher being. And the last one is the unique social forms of community, unite in one single community called church. Religion's classification. Polytheism. What or who is divine? Multiple gods. Example are Hinduism, ancient Greeks, and ancient Romans. Monotheism. What or who is divine? Single God. Example are Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. Atheism. What or who is divine? No deities. Example are atheism, Buddhism, and Taoism. Animism. What or who is divine? Non-human beings, animals, plants, natural words. Example are indigenous nature, worship, or Shinto. The Babaylans, considered as the first psychologists in the Philippines, a spiritual leader and a medium. Our ancestors believed that souls could exist outside the body and that they continue to exist even after and become multo. Dungan, spirit and soul. Dungan is a life force, an energy, an interior entity with a will of its own that resides in the human body and provides essence to life, temporarily leave the body. Ginhawa, Visayan word for breath or breath, is responsible for the heart's ability to beat may be affected by foreign elements. Kaluluwa or kalag is associated with wisdom. It is believed to be into the head. Kakambal is soul of the living. Rituals. Imitative rituals are patterned after a myth, and the ritual repeat the myth. Negative ritual focuses on the rules of prohibition. Sacrificial rituals are seen as the earliest form of religion. Life crisis rituals are tradition of one or stage of life into another. Sorcery. Borong is a malignant sorcery that usually targets a person. Kulam is voodoo or witchcraft, which uses black magic or spells on victim. Albularyo or mananambal is a traditional healer.